Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's online joint research seminar. And Shareena, are you there? Shall we start the seminar?
Yes, I'm here and ready.
Okay. So I'll pass to the first speaker from DOL, Department of Language, Shareena, to talk about her seminar now. Thank you. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you, Shirley. Okay. Okay, all right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining today's joint seminar. Just to let you know, this is actually not a seminar per se, but it's more of like a workshop that I did in Singapore back in November 2023. So this is actually my second time presenting about Canva, how I utilize Canva in my classroom. If you attended the one of the seminars last year, I also talked about Canva. However, that is more of like a basic usage of Canva. So today is more of like the continuation of how I can utilize Canva for synchronous and asynchronous learning with my students. First of all, just to confirm, you're able to see my screen. Am I right? Are you able to?
Yeah, we can see, but if it is a bit bigger, be good.
I'm about to press the play button.
All right. Okay, thanks.
All right, thanks. Okay, so I think this is big enough. Am I right?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
So the reason why I am using Canva is, of course, I appreciate all the templates that they have, and also I am a free user, and even with the free account, you have access to a lot of templates, a lot of features. Of course, if you actually pay a premium user account, then you will have, you will have access to more things. But if you don't want to pay, it's still fine. Like me, I've been using for 6 to 7 years already, still a free user account, and it works fine. So the reason why I use Canva is because of the, today, the reason why I'm sharing this is because they actually added some new features where we can actually get real-time response from the students. And in a way, it's also very convenient for these two situations where it is a synchronous class or asynchronous class. But before we can go ahead with me sharing my experience using Canva for these two situations, you need to get familiar with these two applications first. You can actually find this in Canva itself. You don't have to kind of like create a QR code in a different tab or a different window and then upload and download. So there are there's like a lot of steps involved. But in Canva itself, they do have a QR code generator, okay, in one of the apps. Same goes for the embed, right? So everything is already embedded in Canva itself. So that's already one very convenient thing, right? So the reason why is because it allows brainstorming and collaboration between students. So this is very student oriented. Okay, so a lot of the feedback, a lot of the input are from the students. So rather than we kind of like just talking, getting a verbal response from the students, now you kind of like forcing them to kind of like write their ideas, okay, on the board, and you'll be able to get a real life feedback, right? And you also can have further discussion on it. For example, okay, so this what you're seeing right now is what we call is actually the whiteboard, okay, in Canva, right? So this is one of the added feature where they added it last year. So this is what we call the whiteboard. So this whiteboard, you can actually do a lot of mind maps. You can also add features, you can add videos, you can actually do a lot of things with this, right? So these are some of the examples that you can actually find. So these are all the templates that are already existing in Canva. right? If you don't want to use this templates, it's fine. So you have a blank whiteboard, it's also fine, depending on what you actually want to do. So for example, if you can scan this QR code, I'll give you a little bit of time to actually scan this QR code to join the whiteboard that I've created. Okay, so assuming that you have already scanned and it's already in my whiteboard. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look like. Just give me a bit of time. It's still downloading. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so it started off with just a simple basic whiteboard, okay, with nothing. The things that you're seeing right now are actually the things that the previous participant that kind of like add into. Okay, so there's nothing from me actually. I can actually put in a simple instruction and then let the students know. So you can do this in your face-to-face class, okay, where you just project the QR code and then they can actually add things. All right, they can actually put images. They can also doodle if you want them to, right? And you can also project this whiteboard on the screen. So whatever that they put in, right, it will be shown in your slides, basically. Okay, so if anybody can actually write something, or somebody actually added a few pages there. So it kind of like there's no limit to the pages that you can have. Okay, so if somebody can actually add something, you can actually zoom also. I know it can be a little bit small. I think the connection is a little bit slow today. If you are in the presentation mode, okay, then you can actually zoom in. All right. Yeah, the connection is a little bit slow. So you can zoom in, kind of like focus on some of the students' answer. All right. So yeah, it's very interesting. Students actually enjoyed this. Okay. Of course, some students will write what you want them to, and some will actually take the advantage to kind of like doodle and play around, draw things and add stickers and all that. Um, although that's not the response I actually want or wanted, but it's still fine because I know they are on this page and that they are not doing anything else. So they're still on this page and they're still with me. It's just that they are occupied with, having fun and doodling and all. So this is an example of a whiteboard. So same thing, if you make this a asynchronous class, okay, all you need to do is make sure that you have the QR code in the slides. All right, and then give the instruction to the students to scan this QR code, and then they will be directed to this whiteboard and they can do whatever that they want, and then you can actually check this at a later time. All right, so it's very, very convenient. So this is whiteboard to you. Connection is quite slow today. Exit this. Okay, so the other one, okay, so the other one, there's also another QR code, is actually to direct you to like Word, okay? Instead, it's not called Word. Can't remember what is it called. Just let me double check. Sorry, yeah. You have the whiteboard. You have, yeah, okay. It's called Canva Doc. Right, just to confirm. Okay, so the other one is called Canva Doc. So same thing, if you can scan this, you will be directed to my Canva Doc. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, Canva Doc is basically like your Microsoft Word. Okay, it's just that there's limitless pages. Okay, so you can go on and on. So similar to your whiteboard, you can add videos, you can give simple instructions, you can add pictures, one great thing about this Canva doc is when you create anything that you want to create with Canva doc, you actually can transform it into a PowerPoint. So whatever that I have here, I can actually convert this to a PowerPoint. So that is actually quite neat, to be honest. But if you don't want to convert this into a PowerPoint, it's still fine. You can do it in this manner, like what I'm doing right now. So what I've done is actually kind of like limit the space. Whiteboard is limitless. They can actually draw wherever they want, but this one, they are quite restricted. So I have an instruction here, I have a video here, and then they kind of have to like write their response here. So again, this is real life feedback. Okay, so you can just project this on your screen, and whatever students answer are answering at that time will appear on the screen. Okay, so you can actually get all their answers in real time. So similarly to this, okay, this is actually something that one of the participants also actually added. Okay, they actually write something, probably they copy paste somewhere, and they edit a picture. So whatever the students want to do, again, they can actually add a lot, or they can incorporate a lot of elements. So they're not just restricted to just words. You know, they can have videos in, they can have pictures in. So it's kind of like cultivating that creative mode within the students. So rather than just seeing wordy things, they can actually add a lot of interesting elements in this Canva doc and also the whiteboard. Okay, so similarly, again, similar to whiteboard, you can have this in your asynchronous class, right, where you have the instructions, they scan the QR code, they write the answer, they write their name, and then you can just check at a later time to make sure that they actually did it. One flaw is that they can actually edit some of their friends' answers. So this is something that you need to kind of like warn them about, not to edit any of your friends' answers and all. So that's one of the flaws. So this is whiteboard. So you can actually convert this into a PowerPoint if you want to. Right. The other one that I want to share is, okay, so this is another QR code. So this QR code is actually the QR code to the entire presentation. So from the first page until the last page. Okay, so the reason why I'm sharing this QR code is because I want to show you how simple it is for you to share your slides with your students. Of course, you can just upload the slides to your Open Learning. It's also fine. Or you can just share this QR code to your students and they will have access to the entire slides. So the reason why is because you can also add some technological tools in, like this one. This is an external technological tool like Quizlet, so they can actually do it at their own free time. Okay, so this is more of the asynchronous class, or if you want to do a flipped classroom, this is something that you can actually apply. So the students, they can try out, okay, they can learn. So this is Quizlet. You can also add in this is word wall. Okay, so again, they can actually try it out, you know, play around. So it's very how to say, useful tools. Sorry, they are very useful tools if you want to do flipped classroom. So when I do my flipped classroom, these are the things that I usually kind of like consider. Okay, so instead of just them reading or watching videos, they can actually play around. Another flaw with this tools in Canva, sorry, this external tools, that you can't find this in Canva. So how do you incorporate this into Canva is you have to kind of like use the QR code generator and the embed app. Remember the embed app? So you copy the link, okay, like from example, the Quizlet, you go to the Quizlet page, you create your flashcards, you take the link, okay, and then you go to Canva, you find the embed app in Canva, okay, maybe I can just show it here. Okay, like for example, okay, these are the apps. Okay, so this is my QR code generator, so you can just use this, and then you can create, enter the link, and then they will generate the QR code for you. Or go to app, and then you can also click on that. Okay, so you go this one, and then you paste the web link here, and then again, this is how it's going to look like. So they're going to embed this technological tool that you want. Okay. So that's what I did with Quizlet. That's what I did with WordWall, and also same thing. Sorry, this is learning app. I have three tools here, and this is WordWall. Okay, so yeah, so when you create a flipped classroom or when you create an asynchronous class, it's not going to be boring anymore. Okay, students are able to kind of like put their input in. They also can play games and just to kind of like enhance their understanding. So when they come to classroom, so instead of you kind of like lecturing them, you can actually do a lot of exercises, because if they are not able to answer all of your questions, then you know they have not done whatever that they're supposed to do. So so in a way, one of the flaws for this is that you won't be able to detect who has done it and who has not, or how many errors they have gotten. Sorry, how many answers they have gotten wrong or correct. So it's more of like a gamble, hoping and praying that they will do it. So yeah, so when you come to the classroom, you can actually test them out. So that's where you can actually detect how many of them actually done it and how many of them have not done it. So yeah, that's how I use Canva, okay, in my classroom to make it engaging and interesting in these both situations, synchronous and asynchronous. So any questions? If you have any questions or you're unsure of certain things, you can just email me. I'll be glad to, it'll be my honor to help you with this. Any questions for now? If there are no questions, then Chahui, back to you for the next presenter. Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay, thank you, Shareena, for the interesting topic. Is Dr. Ng in yet? Apparently, Dr. Ng is not in for the second speaker, so maybe we shall proceed to the Dr. Irha and Ms. Giulioni's presentation from SHTCA. So for this team, Ms. Giulioni will be presenting. Leonie, are you ready?
Hi, Miss Jiahui. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, Miss Jiahui, I want to tell you that my camera is not working on this new laptop. I'm not sure what happened. Can I just proceed presenting this without the camera on?
Yes. Show us your presentation file. So let me see if it is okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay, we can see the screen on.
Okay, are you seeing the first page on with
I'm not sure. Not sure. We only see the files, all the files
Okay,
on your Explorer OneDrive.
I think it's loading. Just a minute. Oh yeah, it's stuck.
Okay. Can see the first page.
With the title on, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so please proceed. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry that my camera is not working currently. I've presented this title just yesterday at the International Postgraduate Conference of Heritage Conservation and Sustainable Management 2024 in UITM Puncak Alam. Okay, just a brief introduction. My name is Leong Ni. I'm a postgraduate student doing the Master of Science in Hospitality and Tourism Management, currently doing a research under the supervision of Dr. Irhanida from SHTCA. So I'm going to share my insights on stimulating SDGs, which is Sustainable Development Goals in rural tourism development. So the mediation effect of motivation, opportunity, and ability will be focused in this study on the relationship of perception for tourism development and community participation. So this paper is mainly produced by Dr. Irhanida, myself, and also with the help of Professor Aziza Marzuki from USM. Okay, so as we navigate through the next 10-15 minutes, I hope to not only provide you some valuable information, but also engage in a meaningful exchange of ideas. So without further ado, let me just delve into this research. Okay, so is the video playing?
There's no sound, but
Okay, right. Okay, so this research is located in the Penang. Okay, so let me just start over. This research is located in Penang, a northern region in Malaysia. Okay, wait. I'm so sorry. Just a minute. I'm so sorry for the delay. Just a minute.
okay, we'll wait for you.
Okay, so this is the finalized presentation. Actually, I just realized.
You want to start all over again, or?
I think I'll just continue with the next slide. The introduction part, I have not go into it, so it's
all
okay.
right.
Okay, so because during this presentation, I was presenting this paper to people who are not from Penang. They are from KL and China as well as Indonesia. So I went into some details to explain about Penang Island. So I'm pretty sure for these people who are attending this seminar right now, you're quite familiar with Penang itself. But I just hope you bear with me. Okay, so this study is a pivotal research endeavor that dwells into the realms of rural tourism development and its profound impact on the realization of sustainable development goals as suggested by the UN. So on the upper left, you can see the pictures of Kuala Juru itself, which is a fisherman village. So this study focuses on the intricate relationships between various key factors, particularly the mediating effects of motivation, opportunity, and ability. And from here onwards, we will just call it MOA, in shaping the dynamics between community perceptions of tourism development and their active participation. So the locals' participation in tourism development. Okay, as you know, most of our tourist destinations are concentrated on the Penang Island, which are mostly in Georgetown, Bali Pulau, Pulau Tikus, as well as Batu Ferringhi itself. So former Chief Operating Officer Dr. Neil Kaur actually proposed crowd displacement to Butterworth, which is in mainland, just across the Penang Bridge, to solve the issue of over concentration of tourists in Penang Island. So this is why we are doing this project by choosing Kuala Juru as one of our research sites. Okay, so This study actually holds the potential to contribute to national advancement and social welfare objectives by uplifting the B40 community's social well-being through rural tourism development. Okay, so as you can see on the bottom left, I've shown you 17 SDGs as proposed by the UN. And in this research, we are trying to achieve 5 out of the 17 SDGs. So first of all, SDG 1 is no poverty. SDG 4 is quality education. SDG 8 is the decent work and economic growth. SDG 9, Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure, and lastly, SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. So throughout this presentation, we will explore the MOA model together and its mediating effect between the perception of tourism development and community participation. Okay, are you seeing the next slide on the research model?
The mediators of the relationship between,
Yes.
yes, that's slides.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so in this slide, I will present to you the research model for our study. It is actually quite common to link perception towards tourism development directly to community participation in previous literature reviews. But this MOA model, the one in the middle, is a new novel addition to the common research models used to explore community participation in rural areas. The MOA model, as shown here, consists of motivation, opportunity, and ability. It was initially proposed by this guy, McInnes et al. In 1991 to investigate the factors influencing consumers to administer brand information from advertisements. And later, after a decade, Hong et al. Actually introduced this model to the domain of behavioral research on community participation in tourism development. So this integrated model was developed after considering the effects of perceived tourism development impacts on the aspects of social, economic, and environmental in the rural tourism development. Okay, before we go even deeper into this topic, I would just like to highlight the importance of rural tourism as a catalyst for economic development on a global scale, contributing to our country's prosperity. According to the definition provided by UN Tourism, rural tourism actually involves visitors experiencing a variety of nature-based activities, agriculture practices, rural culture, angling, and sightseeing. So pictures on the right are all the pictures that we have taken while we were on site. The first picture is one of the garden of the villagers as they beautify their own compound. The second one is an example of a traditional house that is still well preserved in Kuala Juru area. And thirdly, it is the Kuala Juru jetty area where they will catch cockles and fish and they will unload it at this jetty. Okay, so to achieve these goals, it necessitates the sustainable utilization of tourism resources, which is a task that depends on active community participation. Tourism development should not only harness the potential of resources, but also to ensure the local communities gain social, economic, and environmental benefits. Hence, the relationship between rural tourism development and SDGs is well established. So on this next slide, I will explain about the SDGs and how it is linked to the MOA model. So in our quest to address global challenges comprehensively, these SDGs stand as a beacon, providing a holistic framework to scholars. This framework extends its arm to DMOS, Destination Management Organizations, which are organizations strategically positioned to contribute significantly to these global targets. So allow me to introduce the MOA framework, which is deeply rooted in behavioral science. So this framework emerges as quite a critical tool to offer profound insights into sustainable behaviors within organizational settings. So within the MOA framework, motivation aligns seamlessly with individual and organizational values. moving to opportunity in the MOA framework, opportunity mirrors external factors that either facilitate or hinder sustainable behavior. Lastly, ability within the MOA framework underscores the empowerment of individuals. So empowering them, the locals, with knowledge and skills necessary for sustainable behaviors becomes a powerful catalyst for economic opportunities and inclusive development that harmoniously resonate with the spirit of SDGs, of all the 5 SDGs that I've mentioned in the first slide. In the pursuit of a genuine development through sustainable tourism, it is imperative to acknowledge the dual nature of tourism development, meaning they have both a source of positive and negative impacts on our community as well as the environment. So despite this dichotomy, prioritizing the well-being of community emerges as a fundamental principle for all the developers. Guided by the social exchange theory, SET, fostering a positive perspective within the community becomes instrumental in garnering robust support for the tourism development. This support, in turn, lays the foundation of success for sustainable tourism initiatives. By empowering the community, not only does it contribute to sustainable tourism development, but it also serves as a preventive measure against any potential conflict of interest between the rural community as well as the goals of tourism development. So the proposed research framework suggests that the relationship between the perception of tourism development and community participation is not direct, but mediated by motivation, opportunity, and ability. So in this study, it is hypothesized that individuals with positive perception of tourism development may be more motivated to participate due to perceived benefits or alignment with personal values. So in layman terms, when tourism development seems to provide them certain benefit, they will gain more motivation to actually participate in the tourism activities. Okay, so thus the perception of tourism development is mediated by motivation for the community to participate in tourism development. The second hypothesis is, even if individuals are motivated to participate, they may be hindered by a lack of opportunities. So for example, a lack of tourism infrastructure or information may limit their ability to get involved. Thus, the perception of tourism development is mediated by opportunity for the community to participate in tourism development. For the third hypothesis, even if opportunities are available, individuals may not participate if they lack the necessary skills or knowledge. On the other hand, those who have high ability levels might be more inclined to participate regardless of motivations or opportunities. Thus, the perception of tourism development is mediated by ability for the community to participate in tourism development. So for this study, it utilizes an explanatory research design to explore mediating factors between community participation and the participation in rural tourism. We employed a mixed method approach, specifically the explanatory sequential technique, to aim for a more comprehensive understanding. And the total sample size is 100 respondents out of the 400 total population through random sampling method, where we distribute online questionnaire survey form with close-ended questions to them through a third party, through one of the village representatives. So this integrated methodology enables a nuanced exploration of the rural tourism dynamics, combining both quantitative data with qualitative insights. So we did conduct a few interview sessions as well with the help of the representative to know more about the insights from those key tourism stakeholders. So presenting to you, this is the mediation analysis summary. As you can see on the far right, the conclusion, there is no mediation for the motivation factor. So H1 is therefore not supported. And there is no mediation as well for the second factor of opportunity. That's why the second hypothesis is not supported as well. However, for the last factor, ability has a full mediation. That's why the third hypothesis is supported. So moving on, I will explain to you in simpler terms of the analysis, the outcome of this mediation analysis. So despite using this MOA model to mediate the relationship between between this perception of tourism development and community participation, motivation and opportunity do not mediate community participation except for ability. So this study finds that there's the lack of motivation among local communities in initiating tourism development because they are more concerned about the expansion of their business where they need more manpower and also the potential losses they might not be able to sell as much product as they wanted to. All of these concerns are overshadowing the promising economic returns, even though we have informed them about the potential economic gains from this sustainable tourism development. So contrary to proposals linking motivation to limited knowledge, locals in Kuala Juru appear to be more accustomed to government welfare as well as possessing a short-sighted thinking. The rejection of a second hypothesis indicates a perceived lack of supportive actions or platforms from local authorities. They are facing issues like cramped accommodations, river pollution, and even inadequate infrastructure that's hindering the community from involving themselves in tourism. However, hypothesis 3 is supported, highlighting that positive perceptions of tourism development thus enhance the community's abilities, so driving them to actively participate. The study emphasizes the need to address motivational factors and create supportive opportunities to foster sustainable rural tourism development in Kuala Juru. So not to mention, Kuala Juru still has the potential to be developed. It's just because motivation and opportunity are actually just the mediator. There is still direct relationship between the community perception and their participation, and the direct relationship is still positive. So as mentioned earlier, this study was engaged with significant stakeholders relevant to the tourism development in Kuala Juru. So we actually conducted interviews to gain valuable insights from the state assemblyman, the district councillor, village representatives, local entrepreneurs who are conducting business in the village, and also the community themselves. So they actually emphasize the crucial role of community participation in tourism development planning, particularly in the Kuala Juru area. The involvement of locals is seen as key to preserve the area, foster pride among the community, and create economic opportunities through responsible and community-driven development. It is suggested that the immediate concerns of local residents in the area primarily revolve around meeting short-term needs. They are more concerned about how to get the money to pay for their next meal or for tomorrow itself. So when introduced to the concept of tourism planning, they struggle to perceive this that is relevant to their life and fail to recognize the potential social and economic benefits that it could actually bring. So on this slide, it shows these implications that can be brought to the academic field by this research itself. So there's a total of 6 aspects, which include policy and planning, community engagement, sustainable development goals, SDGs, tourism marketing and promotion, research methodology and measurement tools, as well as tourism industry practices. So I would not go into the details of it. On the right side of the picture, as you can see, this is actually one of their business where they sell ikan masin, dried salted fish. as their business as well, but it's in a very small scale. Okay, so to propel rural, our study recommends forming a dedicated community group. This community will serve as a catalyst for the initiation and management of various tourism activities. Simultaneously, the creation of targeted social media accounts emerges as a pivotal strategy to promote local products as well as their culture and attractions. Therefore, we can reach a wider audience in convenience. Furthermore, to ensure sustained progress and applicability, this study suggests enhancing the research model, the original model framework. By refining and adapting this model, it becomes a more valuable framework for future research endeavors in other similar areas across Malaysia, fostering a more deeper understanding of rural tourism dynamics. So in conclusion, the MOA model offers profound insights into community participation and sustainability within the B40 communities. However, it reveals challenges such as a lack of motivation and limited opportunities for locals in tourism initiatives. So despite these obstacles, there's a positive aspect. Positive perception have the potential to enhance local abilities. This implies that addressing motivational and opportunity-related hurdles is crucial for fostering a more inclusive and sustainable rural tourism development in B40 communities. Okay, so I thank you for your attention, and I also hope that you have gained new perspectives, inspiration, as well as maybe some actionable takeaways from my presentation. So yes, that's the end of my presentation. Ms. Jia Hui.
Okay, thank you, Leonie. Is there any questions from the floor? Or in future you have any question about this, you can contact Leonie as this is her email address regarding this topic. Okay, next we shall go to the next presentation from Dr. Ng Hisong, School of Business. Dr. Ng, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yes, thank you.
Let me share my screen first.
Sure. You're now the presenter.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
We saw four slides in one screen.
Okay. Let me. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I make this presentation or this paper to a conference called Family Business and Entrepreneurship in Sarawak on the 30th of November. So now I'm going to present again here about my paper. So actually my paper is regarding entrepreneur intention. The intention means you intend to do something, but you have not made the decision to start your own business yet. But strong intention normally will lead to action of starting a business. So my theory is that in order to have strong intention, first you must have a strong personality, you must have the education, you must have the opportunity. So with these three IV, most likely you are able to have strong intention. But my hypothesis is that in order to link up these three IV, you must pass through a theory called theory of planned behavior. Okay, so that's my other author is from USM, three USM student, professor. Okay, so let's go through this is the cover page I must do for this UOW cover page. So I extended it. So my theory is like this. Okay, basically like this. If you talk about entrepreneurship, this is very important for a country because we are not sure about the foreign direct investment, which can provide professional job to people. So the government of the day or major government of the day like to promote entrepreneurship so that university graduate can be a university job creator rather than a job seeker because we are not sure about the opportunity offered by foreign direct investment. Okay, so therefore, most of the time, universities would like to run this entrepreneurship. So to help the country to provide job opportunity. Besides that, they also can help to promote innovation and also to uplift the standard of living among the people in Malaysia. So my study is the three variables. My three variable is basically proactive personality. I say university, if they have good personality, proactive personality, if they have a good education, and also there's an opportunity available, most likely they will have a strong intention to start a business. Okay, so let's go through the second one. So here I put here intention. So actually intention is a conscious mind of mind that proceed to take action and direct action to enable entrepreneur to start their business. So when we talk about entrepreneur intention, basically it can be used to predict entrepreneur behavior. Entrepreneur behavior means the decision to start the business. So my second variable is the proactive personality. So basically talk about people who are able to control their personal personality and able to size up the situation. So people who have proactive personality, basically they can make fast decision, and normally proactive personality normally can make use of the favorable situation to their advantage. Next one is education, entrepreneurship education. So this one is definitely important so that graduate able to get knowledge, skill, some ability, and also can polish their attitude towards entrepreneurship. Okay, so this is one role that is important for graduate entrepreneurship. Okay, the last one is the top of opportunity. So basically, there's a need for such a product. Okay, so if you have an opportunity to start a business, definitely that can enhance your intention to start business. Okay, so definitely it is important to have a thriving business. I mean the environment, the economic environment are good. Most likely you have intention to start your business. Okay, so next slide. So this is the I put in the mediating variable. Mediating variable under the theory of planned behavior. So there are three components. There are three components on the theory of planned behavior. First is attitude, attitude towards entrepreneurship. So do you have a favorable or unfavorable appraisal of entrepreneurship? Okay, so if you are a favorable appraisal, most likely you will have strong intention to start business. Okay, so next one is subjective norm. So subjective norm means influence from people who are important to you. For example, your parents, your colleague, your friends who talk favorably about entrepreneurship. Okay, so most likely you can be influenced by them if you have a strong influence from those people who talk about positively about entrepreneurship. Okay, third one is perceived behavior control. So are you able to have self-confidence? You have self-confidence or self-efficacy, most likely you are able to start entrepreneurship. Okay, so this perceived behavior control, to certain extent, we talk about the concept of how difficult, how easy you perceive the environment. So they could put here perception of ease of difficulty. Okay, so this is the variable. So with that, I link up the three variables together. I link up the first one, personality under the influence of under the influence of attitude toward entrepreneurship. So there's a link. I made a hypothesis that there's a link between personality and entrepreneur intention through attitude toward entrepreneurship. I got various authors to support lah. Like for example, Puma, and then also we have others authors who also say the same thing, that there's a important to have a good personality or entrepreneurial trait and under the influence of attitude. So H1, I mentioned here, attitude towards entrepreneurship mediate the effect of proactive personality on entrepreneurial intention. The next one, I also hypothesize that attitude also moderate relationship between education and intention. And there are also various authors who also have the same thing. So this is H2. H3 is the opportunity and intention. I also hypothesize that attitude will mediate the relationship. This is under H3. And then this H4 basically talk about the subjective norm, the influence of people important to you. People can be friend, can be a family member, or can be your immediate brother and sister. So I also hypothesize the same thing, that subjective norm will mediate the relationship between personality and intention, education and intention, and also opportunity and intention. So these are under H4, H5, and H6. Then the last one, I make a hypothesis that perceived behavior control also mediate the relationship between personality and intention, education and intention, and opportunity and intention. I have various authors who also claim the same thing. Okay, with that hypothesis, this is my theoretical framework. Okay, so I put it here. We have personality, PP, and education, EE, and then entrepreneurial opportunity, EO. And then here I have attitude towards entrepreneurship and subjective norms, and then perceived behavior control. Eventually, I go to my DV, my dependent variable, which is intention. So when I link it up here, H1 is under attitude. Attitude moderate 3 variable, and then H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 under this influence of subjective norm. H7, H9, 8 and 9 under the influence of mediating variable of perceived behavior. With this, I hypothesize that we will have a stronger intention. If you want to build intention, normally you must have this sort of attitude, subjective norm, and perceived behavior control. Okay, so I did data collection. Okay, so my data collection is under this drop off and pick up. At that time, I don't do Google form. Very few, but most of my data collection is this on Tupu. I use this method. I drop my questionnaire to the 4 university with the help of my co-author, and then I do it. So I'm using survey questionnaire using Laker skill. So those are my authors. Those are the author who created the questionnaire. I modified the questionnaire. I would not say modify. I adopt the questionnaire and combine questionnaire also. Okay, so it become my operating questionnaire. And, message and the statistical method I use is SPSS and also Smart PLS. Okay, so let's go through some of the results here. So I think very small. The first table, the table we have here is demographic. Okay, demographic variable. So practically I have 209 respondents. Okay, so I monitor the profile for this gender, race, age, and so on. And also I have this family member own business. I also capture this information, and I use SPSS to measure altogether the attitude towards entrepreneurship, education, and the intention, opportunity, perceived behavior control, proactive norms, and subjective norms. So I I calculate the loading also lah. Loading that is less than 0.7, I will delete it. Okay, so I have this CR and AVE. Okay, so those are the indicators. And also I do some collinearity testing to make sure those three variables are not highly correlated. And I also have some discriminant validity. So all are within the range. It's not highly correlated. Okay, so it's less than 0.9. And here I have reliability test also. Even though I use Smart BLS, one of the authors said they are not comfortable with Smart BLS. So I switch back to use my Canva Alpha. I use my Canva Alpha to measure the reliability. So this is how I do it. Typically, when you use Smart BLS, you won't use Canva Alpha. Because one of the publishers said I need to include in. So I include in. And this is, I also include in the BLS predict, that means the fitness of the model. So there's no issue here because the model quite fit. So out of these 9 hypotheses, 5 are supported. So this is my result, mediated relationship. So from here, I can conclude that proactive personality play an important role. Education also play an important role in enhancing intention, and also opportunity also play an important role for enhancing intention under the influence of attitude. So if the attitude towards entrepreneurship are good, definitely this relationship becomes stronger. And the H7 also same thing. H7 under proactive personality, you can enhance entrepreneurial intention. But the condition is that the PC behavior control. PC behavior control, we have 2 variables. The element of self-confidence, the ability to perceive the challenges, or the perceive how to overcome the challenges. So these are 2 things. And then come to EO. EO also play an important thing. I mean, opportunity also play an important role. So to enhance entrepreneurial intention. So also under the influence of mediating variable of perceived behavior control. Okay, so this is I have 9 hypotheses, 5 are supported. Okay, so next one we have this conclusion. So my conclusion is that perceived behavior control are definitely quite important, but it depends on the mediator. So perceived behavior were very effective in enhancing entrepreneurial intention if you have quite a positive attitude towards entrepreneurship. So this is under H1. H2, same thing also. Education also play an important role in enhancing entrepreneurship, enhancing intention to start business. So this is also under the influence of mediating effect of attitude towards entrepreneurship. The third one is opportunity. So in all, H1, H2, H3, all are under the influence of attitude. Okay. So next one, we have this perceived behavior control also play an important role in enhancing the link between proactive personality and entrepreneurial intention. And last one, we have entrepreneur opportunity. So when you have opportunity, most likely we are able to size up the opportunity through your perception of ease of difficulty or self-confidence. Most likely you will have a strong intention to start your business. So that is my conclusion for H1, H2, H3, H7, H9 are supported. However, the rest, H4, H5, H6 are not supported. I mean, subjective norm do not play any mediating role under this H4, and then also same thing, H8 also, and H8, others are not supported by the variable. Okay, so that will be a good area for future research. Those hypotheses which are not supported, maybe there's a ground to do more research, to see the exact link, the exact mediating link between the IV and the TD. Okay, so theoretical implication, So this one, I made a claim that my paper made a theoretical contribution by extending the theory of planned behavior. So I can also make a claim that my study enhanced the theory of planned behavior in predicting entrepreneurship among graduates. Okay, through education and also perceived personality and opportunity. So definitely this piece of work can enhance the body of language, body of knowledge in entrepreneurship. This is good for education and academic and also policy maker. Implication for practitioner. So definitely this one is very important for practitioner who might intend to start new business or who intend to expand their business, because if you able to get graduate work with you, you have a good opportunity and also you have an ongoing education, most likely you can enhance your chances of starting a new business. So this is among the practitioner. So I also have a claim that in entrepreneurship, there's also a limitation. So limitation, the sample size, limitation, the profile of the respondent. So this one can be overcome if you start a new research again. So in summary, so this is my summary. Okay, so the research of my summary. So I have 5 hypotheses which are supported out of 9, and then my study is based on quantitative study. My finding is attitude play an important role. Perceived behavior also play an important role. Subjective norm did not play an important role in mediating the 3 IV to a TV. So research limitation is come back to the question of sample size and also self-supporting questionnaire. So because we do not know who actually fill out the questionnaire, so if you can, definitely it's good to have some form of qualitative study to enhance the confidence of the finding, okay, through the process of triangulation. Okay, so here my data source is only primary source based on cross data. So there's an implication for researcher, policymaker, leading entrepreneur, and practitioner. So I also made a claim that my model is quite unique because I don't have a combined effect of the 3 variables through the theory of planned behavior to predict intention. So this will be a building block to further study on entrepreneurial intention. Okay, I think that's all about my presentation. So this is what I presented to Sarawak, to Sarawak audience. It's a small audience, roughly 100 people only. But the participant, most of the participants are from state government, the Korea governor, Sarawak government, Sabara, I think state ESCO, and also the Journal of Small Business Management from US. They also come to participate in this event because this event is important to them. First time I joined this small event, but those participants are very interested to know, and it's a initiative started by the Sarawak government, okay, to promote entrepreneurship and family business. So that's why I'm able to present this paper. Okay, thank you very much for your time to listen to my side of story. I definitely like to share this knowledge with all of you. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Jia Hui, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Ng. Again, any questions from the floor? If you have any, you can now ask Dr. Ng. Okay, we do not have any questions on the floor, so that's all for the presentation that we have today. Thank you, Dr. Ng, and thank you everyone for participating. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.